Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. It's me, Sana, and today I'm going to teach you active passive voice past continuous tense. Today is the day 5 of active passive series. As you know, active voice and passive voice are two different ways of constructing sentences based on the relationship between the subject and the object of a verb. In active voice, the subject of the sentence performs the action expressed by the verb and the object receives that action. Students, the structure of an active voice statements or sentences is usually subject plus verb plus object. As far as passive voice is concerned, in passive voice, the subject of the sentence receives the action expressed by the verb and the object becomes the focus of the sentence. Students, the structure of a passive voice sentence is usually object plus verb plus subject. In passive voice, the emphasis is on the action rather than the doer of the action. It is often used when the doer of the action is unknown, unimportant, or when the speaker or writer wants to shift the focus of the recipient of the action. Today we are discussing past continuous passive voice. Let me explain you the rules, how we will convert active voice into passive voice. In past continuous tense, passive voice we use was, being and were being as helping verbs. In active voice we use was and were as helping verbs, but in passive voice we use was being and were being as helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Alright. Next is we use past participle. Past participle means we use third form of the verb. Okay. And use of by is there. Subject will take the place of object and object will come in the place of subject. Okay, and pronoun changes will be there. Let me show you. I will be changed into me, he into him, she into her, they will change into them, we will be changed into us, it, you, and names. We will not change them, they will remain the same. Okay. These are the pronoun changes, helping verb, use of by, third form of the verb. These are the rules of passive voice for past continuous tense. Okay. Now I will show you examples of past continuous passive voice. Students, as you can see, she was singing a song. Look, in active voice we use was or were as helping verbs and we use first form of verb with ing, or you can say present participle in active voice. When we change active voice into passive voice, we use third form of the verb. Okay, subject will take the place of object and object will come in the place of subject. Use of by will be there. Was and were being. Was being and were being. We use was with singular pronouns. We use were with plural pronouns. Okay. Let's start the example. She was singing a song. A song was being sung by her. I have changed she into her. Subject will take the place of object and object will come in the place of subject, as you can see. Okay. And I have used was being. Why? Because song is singular. That is why I have used was. Okay. This was the example of affirmative sentence or positive sentence. Now I will show you the example of negative sentence. They were not playing cricket. They were not playing cricket. How we will convert this into passive? Cricket. Cricket is singular. Okay, that is why I have used was. Cricket was not being played by them. Cricket was not being played. Okay, cricket was not being played by them. Okay, ji. Next one is interrogative. In interrogative, we use was or were in the beginning of the sentence. Okay, was or were in the beginning of the sentence in active voice as well as in passive voice. For example, was she calling you? Was she calling you? At the end, don't forget to put the question mark. You, as you know that with you we use were. So according to the object, we use the helping verb. So as I told you, subject will take the place of object and object will come in the place of subject. Look, according to you, or it's our subject now, we will use the helping verb. Were you being called by her? At the end, don't forget to put the question mark, both in active and passive voice. Okay. Next one. Interrogative. Was she not reading English? Was she not reading English? At the end, question mark. Was English. English is singular. That is why I have used was. Okay. Was English not being read by her? Now I will show you example of interrogative pronouns. Why were they taking tea? Why were they taking tea? Why was tea being taken by them? Another example. Which car was I driving? Which car was I driving? How we will convert this into passive voice? Which car was being driven by me? Okay, and at the end of the statement, we will put the question mark. Students, what you have learned in today's lesson: active and passive voice are two different ways of constructing sentences based on the relationship between the subject and the object of the verb, as you can see in these examples. Okay, so there are some rules that I have discussed with you. In passive voice past continuous tense, we use was, being and were being as helping verbs. We use past participle. Use of by, subject will take the place of object and object will take the place of subject. Pronoun changes. According to these rules, we will convert active voice into passive voice. Okay, I hope you will like this lecture. Thank you so much for watching, and in my next lecture, inshallah, I will explain you past perfect tense. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.